Welcome to episode 0-ish of the Common Cultures podcast. I am your host, Simon Eisenbach, and I wanted to take a couple minutes before we dig into episode 1 to talk about the podcast, why I started it, who I am, and really the background of it all. I am a photographer, filmmaker, and all-around creative that is based out of Salt Lake City, Utah, but has been to more than 25 countries on 4 continents. And I have gotten to experience a lot of different things in life. I've done a lot of different jobs, and in the professional realm, my clients have ranged anywhere from a small nonprofit working in a single village in the middle of the Democratic Republic of Congo to Dell, G Technologies, Tile, a lot of major multinational corporations. And so I have seen a lot of things, talked to a lot of people, and had conversations with people from vastly different backgrounds. And in 2019, I started to shift my business to kind of focus on one of the things that tugged at my heart a bit more, which is the concept of collaborating with brands that are working to create sustainable communities around the world. If you look at my website, it's been there literally for 5 years. And as I've gone deeper into this, I've realized that it's hard to explain what that phrase means, because sustainability means a lot to a lot of different people. It kind of got hijacked by green energy for a long time, which I'm not talking bad about green energy, but I feel like it became like a dirty word for a while. And it is such a broad term that I think fits better than fulfilling when it comes to talking about communities, because sustainability includes being able to have access to water, includes access to food and things like that, not just creating electricity. And I also feel like we don't talk about community in the general sense of the term and what it looks like to different people. I find that especially in podcasting, a lot of the conversations are either about sustainability as it comes to like preserving the earth or green energy, those kinds of things, or we're talking about a specific community, whether it is a theme like mountain biking or a geographic location, which again, not saying these are bad things. I just want to have different conversations than what those are. I want to have conversations around the concept of what does community look like to different people, because of the fact that at the core, we're all actually very similar. At the surface, especially if you're watching the news, people are very different, and it's basically not salvageable, and the world is going to end if you think like somebody that is on the other side of your thought process, whether it be political or other or religious or etc. But we have to look at the core of what everyone wants. And I find that there are 3 categories that people really want to, or I find that there are 3 categories that everybody fits in at the core of like what we believe and what we want in life. And that is, we want our basic needs met. We want food, clean water, shelter, healthcare. We want those basic needs met, because that way we can focus on actually living our life. You can't think about living your life if you're worried about basic needs. The second one is they want better education for their kids than they got the opportunity. Everyone I talk to with kids has said that they want their kids to have a better shot at a more fulfilling future than they had. And that's a great thing. And I think we need to dig into that, because education is hugely important. But again, what education looks like changes depending on where you are, your background, etc. And the third thing is that we all need to find joy in life. I say joy because I think it's a deeper, longer lasting feeling than it is to say happiness. I feel like happiness tends to be a little bit fleeting. But I want to be able to have conversations with people from vastly different backgrounds and talk to them about what their community looks like and what community means to them, but also kind of digging in to showcase that at the core, we're all very similar. I don't have any specific intent to try and show one better than the other because, quite frankly, I don't think one is better than the other. I think we all just have slightly different things we want in life, and we have to figure out how to work together to have everybody be able to truly live a fulfilling and sustainable life. Being based in Salt Lake City, season 1 is going to be all about Salt Lake. And I'm kind of going to bounce between both geographic locations and topical themes like mountain biking, tech industry, cameras. But as I go into a season, I'm going to try and pull people from vastly different backgrounds. So what do I have lined up for season 1? We have the president of an organization that works with global diplomacy in the state of Utah. We have a high power lineman that works also as a high school mountain bike coach. We have a CrossFit gym owner. We have a barber who is also on the board for Bikers Against Child Abuse, and he is a Navy veteran. And as you can see with just those 4, we have a very diverse set of backgrounds, but all of us live in Salt Lake City. All of us have this one unifying thing, and then also at the core, like those unifying factors as well. But I want to bring people that are vastly different together. So like if I'm going to do a theme of like the ski industry, I'm going to try and find somebody that works for a ski manufacturer. I'm going to find someone that owns a ski shop. I'm going to find someone that works for a ski resort. I'm going to try and find somebody that works as a guide or an instructor. I want to get people from vastly different backgrounds and just have conversations about them. This is not about companies. I'm not trying to showcase companies. There are people doing really cool things with companies or nonprofits that I do want to highlight what they are doing because I think it's awesome. But at the core, the conversations are about the people and their view on life and their view on community. And I just want to be able to meet cool, awesome, interesting people because at the end of the day, life is more fun when you're interesting. And so finding people that I would love to have deeper conversations with is always something that I'm on the lookout for. That being said, be sure you're subscribed. We are going to be dropping episodes weekly. As I drop this episode, I'm also dropping 2 more episodes. So you get the first 2 episodes day 1, and then we're going to be dropping them one every week for the next 6 weeks after this. We're doing 8 episodes in the first season, and then we're going to evaluate things from there and see where it goes. If you guys have suggestions for themes, guests, locations, topics, shoot me a message over on Instagram at Common Cultures Pod. We will be evaluating where we go next. I've got ideas flowing and I've got potential guests, but I want to hear from you guys of what you guys want to see as potential themes or like seasons or even like a specific guest that I could potentially work a season around. I just want to be able to have conversations. I would love to have conversations that are out of my wheelhouses or my wheelhouse. Yeah, out of my wheelhouse, because that, again, just broadens my view on life and my view on the world. Because, quite frankly, I have a lot to learn, and I feel like we all do. So, yeah, be sure you're subscribed at whatever streaming service you so choose. Be sure you are following over on Instagram at Common Cultures Pod. That's all I got for this one. Have a great week. I'll see you guys next time.